Hi, I'm Grandpa Gary, and I just got here back at the church parking lot, and I brought the Arrows Viper back out. We're going to try to see if we can make this thing fly. Took a lot of hot glue, I'm telling you. That's why I've called it the Humpty Dumpty Viper today. Man, it was a lot of pieces. But we glued this thing back together, and I got faith it's going to fly, so we'll see. Guys, if you like videos like this, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, give me a thumbs up, and leave some comments. Let's get this thing in the air and see what happens. What do I got the Arrows Viper, man. I tell you what, it wouldn't have cost hardly anything just to buy another one. I mean, they're like 120 new. And that's a lot of money, but all the work I put into it too is quite a bit. And I didn't check. It feels like the wind's coming from the sun, so we're gonna have to turn around and throw it into the sun. But I checked, everything's working. I got safe turned on. I'm gonna need it. Got glue hanging off of it. It was a lot of glue. I don't know if you guys can see all that. It was really busted. This must have been where it hit the hardest. Let's see if we can get this thing to fly. Feels like it's got some power. Yeah, it looks like it's flying okay. Let's slow it down a little bit. Still have safe on. And I'm afraid it's gonna roll like crazy or something weird. I turn it off, but with safe on, nice and straight. And all right, let's get a little bit higher and bring it back around. We'll get it up. That's about one accident. Well, you can see it is diving. So trim maybe up a little bit. But it's still handling okay. I am having to pull down on the stick just a little bit. I let off the stick on the roll instead of... Normally I would have to push up when it got inverted, but this time I just let off the stick. I got a feeling right now, if I put it inverted and just let go of the stick, it'd stay nice and straight. But it looks pretty good. I'm about, I don't know, around half throttle, I guess, maybe 3/4, and so it's doing all right. I'll make sure I don't get too close to that lamp post back there. It is small, so I'm sure it's disappearing on you guys down there at that end. Getting it a little bit close to me. I was gonna do a loop. I was kind of low. Oh, well, maybe not a loop. How about that? So, all right. Do some adjusting on the elevator to see if I can get a loop, because I am pushing down. I know I think they say on the AR636 that you don't want to trim it more than 50%. It's pretty slow on that loop, so. And I do have it in high rates. It's handling good, it's just not as good as it was, right? And that's definitely to be expected. I mean, it broke in half. The wing split in half. Both sides of the elevator broke. You know what? The rudder was still one piece. I couldn't believe that it didn't break at all. And of course, there's no control surfaces for the rudder, so I didn't have to worry about that. Now the elevator control surfaces, I do need to do a little bit more work on the hinge lines for those. But yeah, it's handling pretty good, guys. Oh, I flipped it into safe and it straightened out like crazy. So let's bring it around nice and slow and safe. I'm not real sure where I am on my timer, but I wanted to bring it in nice and slow. You can see even with all the glue work that I did on this thing, it's handling pretty decent with the safe on. Nice and slow. I had a little bit too slow trying to bring it around there. Got it a little too low. Here we go, bringing it down again. Let me get it down this other end a little bit farther so I can see how much alpha I can get out of it. A little bit. I got a little bit of a climb. So not too bad. There's no rudder control, so when you get it into that alpha, you pretty much, if you try to force it to roll, it's in a stall at that point and it's not going to handle too well. I'm getting the countdown for the end of the flight, so when I'm bringing it around this next time, we'll let it lay down real nice and easy, hopefully. Kind of like what I just been practicing. Just like that. Incredible little airplane to hit that lamppost probably 80-90 mile an hour and be able to put some hot glue on it. And I didn't have to straighten any foam either. I mean, some of it's still wrinkled pretty bad. The air intake on the other side is pretty bad. So guys, Aero's Viper, man, I'm telling you, you can crash this thing, and you guys see me do a hand launch right into the ground and bust this thing and glue it back together, and this thing just flies beautiful. I'm telling you, if you get one of these, $120, and if you happen to have an AR-636 from any airplane you might have had from Horizon Hobby, program it for that E-Flight Viper, throw it in there. You'll have to reverse the elevator, and other than that, man, it flies great, and I'm really happy with it. Even with a zillion glue lines in it, it's a lot of fun to fly. I won't be getting rid of this one anytime soon. Flies on the 3S 2200 battery, and we all know that we all have a bunch of them 2200s. Fly that and about everything I got, except for the big 6S stuff and a few 4S items. But most airplanes are 3S in these smaller sizes, so real happy with this airplane. And as I said before, if you haven't done it yet, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, give me a thumbs up, and leave some great comments. I'm Grandpa Gary, and I just got here.